Hello everyone. Welcome to the Blender tutorial. Here I will give a short step-by-step tutorial using the 3D Blender software. This tutorial starts from basic to advanced level. And I suggest that after you see this tutorial, you immediately put it into practice. If you don't understand, you can repeat this tutorial over and over. Let's get started. How do we navigate Blender? Let's start from the 3D viewport. The way we select the object, just left-click on the object to select it, and left-click an empty space to deselect it. Another way, you can also press A to select all objects in the viewport, and Alt-A to deselect all. Now we will learn the basics of navigation. You can use the scroll wheel on the mouse, or the plus and minus buttons on the number pad, to perform the same task. Mouse it will pan in the viewport. Holding down the Control key and holding down the middle of the mouse is zooming in and zooming out. To divide the area in the viewport, left-click on the corner position and hold it while dragging it. Then the screen will split into two. To delete it is very simple. Right-click on the viewport line, then click Join Area and left-click on the panel you want to overwrite. To maximize the viewport, it's very simple. Just press Ctrl space on the keyboard and you can press Ctrl space again to return to its original position. To show and hide the Tools menu on the left, just press T as in Tools or left-click this arrow here to expand the Quick Tools menu for the viewport. In the Tools menu on the left there are several icons such as Select Box, Move, Rotate and Scale, which I will explain in the next video. To display the right panel, we can press the N key, and press the N key again to hide it. On the right panel there are menus such as Items, Tools, Views. For hotkey users on the left panel menu, we can also use Shift space at any time to open the Tools menu. If we press the button on the keyboard precisely above the Tab menu, then the Pie menu will open. To determine which collections of objects are rendered in each view layer, you can check and uncheck a collection here called Outliner. Now, have a look below the viewport. We have the timeline. This controls the playback of your animation. You can zoom in and out with the scroll wheel, drag the timeline with the middle mouse button. The Properties editor contains several tabs vertically to display the properties of your scene. First tab. This represents the options your currently selected tool might have in the viewport. This rear-facing camera icon is your Render tab. This is where it lets you change the render engine, sampling, engine-specific properties. The next icon looks like a printer, and it's the Output tab. This is where all of your output settings can be changed before rendering. Resolution, frame rate, file path, file type and more. The icon that looks like a stack of photos is the View Layer tab and is similar to what is commonly called render layers. The view layer is usually used to separate the background and the passing characters. For example, for easy compositing after rendering. Tool icon. Modifier tab allows manipulation of objects. You can use as many modifiers as you like, and change the order or application of these modifications using the following arrows. For example, the Subdivision Surface modifier and the Bevel modifier. Next icon is the Particles tab. You can create particles in this tab. The next icon that looks like two objects combined is a constraint and will be described at a later date. Material tab icon. This is represented by a material ball icon. And this is where you control the coloring. The last icon is actually in a different section, as you can see. There was a small gap there. This is the Texture tab, represented by a checkered canvas icon. I hope this was of use to you, and I'll go into more detail on the rest of the workspaces and what each editor does in a separate video. If you like this video, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you can follow my next video.